All right, you guys. Hey, everyone. What's up? It is July 30th, Tuesday night, family party, drink sesh, whatever your family hangout, you want to call it. We are super excited tonight because the ever so beautiful Taylor Stubblefield, who just ranked to silver rank today, is going to be sharing with us, you guys, her tips on how to effectively utilize stories. So she is awesome at stories. She's super like just you. If you're not following her on Instagram or her stories on Facebook, y'all are missing out. And she is going to give us all of her insight tonight. Sorry, I'm trying to like mute people too as I'm speaking, and clearly I can't do two things at once. So, it's all good. It's all good. All right. So we don't have really any other updates for you guys in terms of just business updates that we like to talk about. I do just want to mention we do have the end of the month raffle still happening. I know we pulled for the volume raffle like so many times, which was awesome, but we are still doing the end of the month raffle. I know a lot of you guys are still pushing for ranks, just wanting to see growth and have growth. So keep doing that, and don't forget to keep track of all of your new customers and reps and things like that, so that you can fill out the form. I think it is posted already in the comments of that particular post, but I will repost it again tomorrow for everybody. And yes, we do want to get a convention count soon, because they did say that the rooms are selling out. I have a feeling that there's another event going on there, like that week or maybe a few days before. There's some type of overlap, I feel, because it's definitely, we're finding Thursday night is super booked. So we are definitely, they're giving me, Ashley's saying they're giving me and Kiv a hard time, going to have to call a specific person about our group. So, which is totally fine. We can do what is necessary, but definitely would love to, if you guys don't know for sure if you're going, that's okay. We just want to have a general idea of who is going. Yes, because like exactly where I was going, Megan just typed it. Because if we do have a reasonable amount, we can look up an Airbnb or a Verbo or VRBO, however you say that, and see if we can do something along those lines again, which was freaking incredible when we did it in Atlanta. Like, it was so freaking fun when we did it in Atlanta. So that is something we could always do as well, but let's try and get a head count, somewhat of an idea. And yeah, just know that it is totally worth it. We're not going to go too much into it, but it is totally, totally worth it. The momentum you're going to get with that. So that is all we have for you guys in terms of like business updates. We are going to also what was I going to say? I totally lost my train of thought on what I was going to say. But that is what we do have for you guys. Oh, I know what I was going to say. August 1st, we are still launching the compensation plan. That is like set in stone. I've gotten asked that a few times. It's in our back office already. So if you guys want like information, or if you've got people asking for, I did update the compensation plan video. I updated the landing page as well. And so all of that is up to date. And if you guys want particular documents, they are in our back office. So no more SA, you guys. This is it. One more day of having super affiliate, and then that is it. It is gone forever. So we are stoked about that. All right. So without further ado, the most beautiful Taylor Stubblefield, you guys, I'm going to let her give herself a little bit of an intro on who she is if you don't know her, but I just unmuted you, Tay, so it's all you, girl.
Cool. Hey, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. Quick intro for those of you who don't know me. I have been with this business for, about 6 months or so. And this is my third business. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 4. He's going to preschool a full day for the first time ever next week, and I'm panicked about it. And then, of course, I have 2 2-year-old twins, and they keep me on my toes, and I love it. So our life is basically a comedy show, which is why I love talking about stories and seriously, like, helping you with your stories. So with that, that's a little bit about me. Oh, and of course, I live in Georgia, so it's pitch black outside right now. I'm so jealous of everybody who still has sunshine. Yeah. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So I want to talk to you guys tonight, to everybody, because truly, like, this is something that I'm talking to about with my team. So I want to share it with everybody because we're all going to benefit from this. So a lot of us are already using stories, so you're probably already familiar with a lot of what I'm going to say, but I'm going to remind you of a few points that are very critical to keep in mind, because I feel like sometimes we all get in a rut and could use help getting out of it. So how to get guaranteed leads with stories. That is seriously like what I'm pinpointing tonight, okay? So why do you need to use stories in the first place? Well, stories, of course, are so hot right now, you guys. I'm telling you, it is not about posts all the time anymore. You know, Facebook and Instagram are favoring stories. Like, you know, if you look at Instagram in the feed, you're probably only seeing 10% of your followers, and they're probably only a percentage of them are seeing you. So you need to be using stories, because the people who are going to be watching your stories that you can see on there, that is your audience. Those are the people you're attracting. Those are the people who are choosing you just by watching. And, you know, some of them may be haters. We like to call those our fan club, and that's okay. You can keep them watching. Sometimes they change their minds, but it's the truth. So their stories are favored over posts right now. So you absolutely need to start doing that. Brands are seeing engagement rates 10 times higher on Instagram over Facebook. So that means people are interacting, like actually engaging with people that much more on Instagram. So that's why I truly do the majority of my stories on Instagram and sometimes push them to Facebook. But like, that is where I'm getting so much business, just because the engagement's that much higher. So what's important to also look at, like I said, is the viewers. You know, those are people who are opting in to you right now. Those are relationships. We talk about this all the time, like, you know, how to build relationships with people and build rapport. You guys, this is it. This is how you be a human. Like, this is what we're talking about. We don't want you to be talking about our brand. No, we want you to be a human and have people naturally relate to you. Like, that is what is so golden. That's why we teach, you know, attraction marketing. You know, be yourself, and people like you will have the same mindset if you open them up to it. So seriously, engage. Those people will end up being leads. Like 100%, those people are going to be leads, because they're the ones who are opting in every day. And that means if you're posting 10 times your story, you know, a day for a week, suddenly that person is literally getting, like, I don't want to say an hour of time, but you get what I'm saying. They're getting a lot of time, and that is your platform. So that's super important. Okay. So that's why you need to be using stories. Let me tell you a little bit about how you need to be using stories and just some ways to sharpen up some of those stories if you already are using it, okay? So number one, just use it. If you're not using it, just use it. Like, just start. You can't look at some of us who've been using it for years and be like, well, I could never use that or do it like that. You can't look at it like that. You just have to start, because that's how we grow and that's how we get better. So just start using it. And what do you say? Let's talk about content for a second. This is your reality TV show, okay? So we want to see you. We want to tune in to see you. What is your daily life like? How do you fit work in? How do you feel? Are you, crazy busy all day? How do you keep up? What are you drinking? What are you wearing? Like, I'm telling you, this is your platform, okay? This is what we want to see. And on that note, you don't want to be too salesy if you haven't gotten to that point yet. And I say that because you don't want, 45 seconds of your story just talking about business, and then like a second of you if you haven't built your audience yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to work up to that point. I think that's really important. So yeah, just be you. Content, be you. We want to see you. It doesn't matter, but you have to show up. Like, it's a way of having accountability. And truly, like, your audience sees that you're showing up every day. So they're, building their relationship with you deeper and deeper every single day when they're watching your stories. So content, it's got to be you. It's got to be you, 100% you. The next point is aesthetic. Okay, this is really important. I know if you've watched some of these social media trainings in the past, we've talked about having the same like filter on all of your photos. That kind of goes into the same with having it be a pretty story that you're watching. You don't want to go back and forth. You're not going to click on something on Netflix that's going from black and white to animated to, color to blue filter to whatever. Like, it's just too much for people, and it's not really enjoyable. They're not going to be able to take in your content if it's too distracting. So truly, like, aesthetic is important. Natural light is good. Any lighting is good. If you can just pop over the window before you do that whatever video, like, great, do it. That takes 2 seconds. And it's kind of interesting, I learned, because I've been doing a lot of research on stories and like what's good and what's bad. If you encourage people to tap to hold on your screen, like if you actually tell them tap to hold, that increases the time they see, and Instagram rewards you for that. So sometimes you might look at somebody's stories and think, wow, there's way too much text on that. It's not true. If it's the right kind of text, that's what you're going to get rewarded for. So that's worth it. Next, I want to talk about functions, because we're now getting into, this is why you need to use a story. This is what you need to say in the story. This is what your story needs to look like. Now let's talk about actually engaging. Okay, Facebook and Instagram is going to be putting you into the top feed the more you engage, period. Like, more people are engaging with you when you're engaging with them, okay? Specifically with the functions, okay? So they want you using location so that more people can find you. They want you using hashtags. Those are actually becoming more rewarded recently, which is interesting. Mentions, like adding other people in there, do the where you point down to your little camera and have them reply to the story and everything, where you can tag somebody in it. Like, it's truly rewarding you for being social and for being you. So that brings us down to the number one way that I'm capturing leads, and I know that you can be too, is with the polls function. Okay? I don't want you to think of this like a who wants what I've got? Yes, raise your hand. I don't want you to think of it like that. This is the number one way that people can be giving their opinion to you about anything. And it can be so, so, so easy. So I'm saying you need to use polls because it will be boosting your exposure, and then you can get into the good stuff maybe once you see that, you're getting good results with that. So with polls, you really need to be using like, I don't know, is it like if it's hot outside, I don't know, have your clothes or something and just say A or B, or, should I do this hairstyle or this hairstyle? Do you like your coffee black or with cream? I'm talking opinions, you guys. That is how people start to reach out to you. And that is how people start to see you and your picture and your story at the top of their feed every day, which means they're consistently being exposed and building a relationship. And that can get you to anywhere. You have no idea where it can get you. So that is truly like what I want to share is you guys have to be being you. Make it, make it pretty. You can make it pretty in 2 seconds with a quick filter. and engage with the world around you, and definitely use, use what makes you you. Like for me, I use a lot of like funny humor and everything about kids and mom life. And that's what people think of when they go to my stories, and that's what they expect. So I can slip in business things more often, usually, when I have really good content. Another idea too for, trying to get content and things, think about like a recipe. Okay. Start with a recipe. If you make dinner every night, go through your quick dinner really quick. It just gets people engaged in your things a little bit more. If you're like struggling with content, do something that's a process. But basically what we're telling you is we want you to be using this, because once you do build that audience, you have so much power just to be able to do this, capture lead every single time somebody's voting on your poll, or mentioning you because you mentioned something else, or whatever it might be. Like truly, this is the effective ways to use your stories, is to relate and then grab it back. Like relate to that person and then say, oh my gosh, that's so funny that you loved that too, or whatever. This is truly it. You just got to be connecting with people, and look to your leaders. That's a lot of us use stories in a very different way. Look to your leaders, see what they're doing, mimic that in a very, way that you can own it. Try not to screenshot everything from everybody else you see. That's not cool. We want to see original content. And that's what your family and friends want to see too. And your whole network that's out there, they want to see like, who is this person and why do I need what she has to offer? So that, my friends, is really what I wanted to share with you tonight. I know all of you are like rock stars already at stories, but I truly feel like this is getting me so much business that I know that there's some serious power here, and everybody needs to be at least tapping into it, like at least tapping into it to get there. So thank you everybody for letting me share a little bit of me tonight, and it was very good to see everybody on here. Yes, thank you. I can't see if there's any questions. Did you say? I can't see in there right now.
I was just going to say, does anybody have any questions? Now would be the time to ask questions on stories. Do you use stories? You really should be using stories, you guys. Like, yeah. I mean, it is so simple. Like, it's almost so simple. I'm gonna call my girl Tori out. I don't know if she's on this call or not, but it was kind of a big step for her to start using stories, and she just was like, I don't know what to story. I don't. Sometimes, how do I share my life? So remember, like, yes, they do want to see you opening that Amazon box. Yes, they do want to see what you're eating for dinner. Yes, they do want to see how you make your coffee. Like, and she was like, you want me to story this? Like, people want to see this? I'm like, yes, people want to see this. And Tori does an amazing job with them. Like, get creative, use the music. Like, if you don't like the background noise, find music. Like, just get creative with them, have fun with them. They're really a really fun way to kind of just like show who you are as a person and share your personality. And Taylor does an awesome job of doing that. And especially in an aesthetically appealing way where you want to go back. Megan too, right? Like, you want more. You want to go back to see what they're doing. Like, what are they up to? What's going on with them? I want to see, what did they eat today? Like, it's ridiculous, but it really is like a reality TV show, you guys. That was such a good comparison of thinking of it like a reality TV show almost, because that is really, really what it's like. So, okay. Yeah. So Nicole said, I've never done a poll before. How do we do those? So when you go to your stories, is a good question. When you go to your stories, you guys, let's see if I can show you on my, so here's Instagram. You can kind of see that. The heck is that? It's like it's a baby. I thought it was a monkey. Oh my God. It's awful. It's my screen. It looks, God, oh my God. So you swipe over to get to your stories, right? And I'm just going to take a picture, like a black picture really fast here. And just to show you, okay, so you got the picture and you swipe up and you're going to have all these functions on where to go. There is a whole Instagram training in the unit section as well that goes over, it's a little bit of a longer training, but I literally share my screen with you guys on the computer and we'll go over all of the functions on stories, but there's polls, there's music, you can tag people, you can share your location, hashtags, all of the things, and poll is in one of those. So there you go, and you can edit the polls. And so good question, just kind of quickly show you how that works, but it's super simple, just kind of have to mess around with it and get the hang of it. And yes, you can do that in Facebook as well, both on Instagram and Facebook. A lot of the times Instagram will also allow you to link up your Facebook page to it as well, so that it just kind of pushes through, which is what I do. I push them all through onto Facebook just because that's a lot of work to have to do them separately for at least for me. So yeah, good question. But there is, if you want more details on that, definitely one of us can tag you or search in the unit section too for that Instagram training, because it's pretty good. So let me see. Okay, did we cover everybody's questions? That was awesome. Taylor, you killed it. I'm seeing a lot of thank yous. Thank you, thank yous. You brought the heat. Well, that is it, you guys. We're keeping it nice and short and sweet. It was awesome. Thank you, Taylor, for bringing some awesome content and stuff to us tonight. All right, y'all, month end, 1 day left. What are we going to do? We're going to hustle. So let's have some fun here. Enjoy that. Let's get those raffle entries in. And we are about to light August up. This new compensation plan is about to be insane, you guys. So get excited. We're excited. And it's been an awesome, awesome month. If you did not hit your goals, don't sweat it, okay? Shake that shit off. It happens. And next month is yours, okay? And if you're still hustling to hit those goals, go, girlfriend. Like, let's go. We can do this for sure, all right? So I hope you guys all have an awesome rest of your Tuesday night. Thank you guys for hopping on and being awesome. Special thanks to Taylor for rocking it, and we will see you guys all next week. Bye.